Hey, what's up guys and welcome back to Anime King. And today I'm going to be giving you part 25 of What If Naruto Had Multiple People Sealed Inside of Him. Remember to get this one to 100 like as usual, share this to all of your friends in your social media platform, and also stay in tune because I'm going to be posting a new episode of What If Naruto Returned Different after his training trip. So stay in tune for that and I hope you guys enjoy. And later on, over on Anime King 2, I'm going to be giving you what if Naruto was a vampire and what if Naruto had the unknown Sharingan. So stay in tune for that as well guys, and I hope you guys enjoy each and every episode that I'll be giving you today. And remember, if you're new and this is the first time you hear my voice and you enjoy the videos on both Anime King and Anime King 2, go ahead and click that red subscribe button and join both channels and become a part of the Anime King family. And thank you for all of your help and support. And without further ado, let's begin this new episode. Start with the intro.
I think the girls with their nails done now. Girls with their nails done. I think the girls with their
So, the last time we left off, Naruto met with Kurosaki as she was a leader of the group that was trying to attack him. As the both of them got to talking and they got to know each other. And she no longer feel any anger and resentment towards him because he's the son of Minato Namikaze, the Yellow Flash. As Naruto brought her and her group back towards the Stone Village as he had a nice talk with Onki, and Naruto then showed them a bit of what he can do as Naruto made a mountain disappear into nothing. It was his power with just a single flick of his finger, as Naruto told them that took less chakra than to make a shadow clone. So imagine what he can do if he really tried. And with that, Naruto headed off as he came back to Konoha along with Tsunade, as Tsunade is going to take the position of Hokage, as Sarutobi asked Naruto why he didn't kill Orochimaru if he was there. As Naruto told him that he wanted to see if Sasuke would betray Konoha and go on Orochimaru's side. He wanted to see if the boy is truly loyal to this village, as Sarutobi understands, as he can see that Sasuke craves power as well. And for the time being, Tsunade will stay at the Fuhen compound along with Ren and Shizune, as Kakashi and Tasumi took Ren away as they needed to talk to her, as Tasumi was Ren's sister. She's a part of the Inuzaka clan. After that, Tsunade decided to take a stroll around the village when she came face to face with Sakura, who is demanding Tsunade to teach her, as Tsunade insulted Sasuke and insulted Sakura and said why would she teach a pathetic girl like her just because she wants to prove herself to that worthless Uchiha. And if she didn't know, the Uchihas and the Senjus aren't really friends. Sakura went into a fit of rage after hearing about how Tsunade disrespect her Sasuke as she tried to attack Tsunade, but all of her kunais just bounced right off of Tsunade as Tsunade called the Anvus and tell them to throw her in jail. So yeah guys, that was basically the last part we left off. You guys can switch across the place and check it over yourself, so let's begin this new episode. As Tsunade continued her stroll after making the Anvus lock Sakura in prison, she then decided to check out the Hokage's tower after a couple of hours as she saw a crowd at the civilian chamber. "What's going on here?" said Tsunade. "Ah, Lady Tsunade, how good that you're here," a pink-haired man said as he approached the Sannin. "The ninja side of the council have gone mad and not allowing us, the civilian side, to enter the chamber." "Civilian council?" Tsunade raised the eyebrow. "Why the hell would we need a civilian council? This is a ninja village," she said. "How dare you! Without us, you stupid ninja would..." But he was cut off as Tsunade smacked him as he fly right into the wall and passed out. "Lady Tsunade," another civilian spoke in outrage. "It has already been decided that there will be no civilian council. Also, since a former civilian council has been discovered to be working with the trader Danzo, all of you that were related to them should be taken in for questioning. Now, said Tsunade, as a couple envoy squads came and took them all away. As Tsunade went inside the council chambers, Tsunade, what are you doing here? Naruto asked. I was just passing by and saw the civilians causing trouble, so I had them sent to the IT department. What are you all doing here without the third Hokage? She asked. Well, with the civilians gone, we need to reorganize ourselves for the economic side of the work. We were discussing who should deal with what, said Chao. Why are you and two merchants here? I thought there wouldn't be a civilian council, Tsunade asked. All three of us are economic advisors. We will only have a say in economic issues, Chao explained. I see, said Tsunade. Well, I'll see you guys later, she said, as she went off. Time skip. It had been a week since Tsunade take the mantle of Hokage, and things already started to change. Her first action was to fire half of the personal staff of the hospital, and most of them being in prison for the way they had denied treatment for Naruto in the past. The same was done with many civilians, about 50 of the mob members being sentenced for life. In the hospital, however, Tsunade had gathered all remaining personnel and made one thing clear to them. If you ever deny treatment to a Konoha citizens or handle them reckless when you're treating them, you will be fired immediately and punished accordingly. It was also made public knowledge that she was now a full hen as she was being seen enter the compound, as many of them didn't like that Naruto has the backing of the 5th Hokage as well. However, Naruto also got some bad news. Well, not actually bad, but really annoying. What do you mean by guard duty and teaching at the academy? Naruto asked as he was annoyed. These are some of the requirements you will need to clear in order to take the Jonin exams, Tsunade said. You see, this is the downside of a battlefield promotion. It cannot be done again before you are evaluated in a controlled testing field environment, hence the Jonin exams. But you need to teach at the academy for 6 months and do 500 hours of guard duty. Other requirements are mastery of at least an element, a certain chakra level, and a number of high-ranking missions. Well, alright, it's not like I have a choice in this, but do I have to be there personally? Naruto asks. Well, I don't know about the academy, but you cannot use a shadow clone for guard duty. It's too much of a security risk, Tsunade explained. What about a blood clone? Naruto asks. That would be acceptable, Tsunade said after a few seconds of consideration. Oh, thank God, Naruto said as he sighed in relief. And I will also get a chance to test one of my new creations. As he took out a small blue orb. What exactly does that do? She asked. 2 things actually, said Naruto with a smirk. You see, when I make a blood clone, it has a certain amount of chakra in it that will be depleted, but if I plant this in it while I create it, it will absorb and convert energy around it into chakra and call it into its body, making it last. And also, any information come from a shadow clone, it will go to the blood clone, and the blood clone will see if it's needed for me, and he will send it over without having to dispelling. Because sometimes I get interrupted by information from clones that suddenly dispel, Naruto said. Well, that's smart. And if you use them for training, Tsunade asked. Yes, I avoid information overload. Instead of getting the memories from thousands of clones, my blood clone will sort them out. And I will get the result of my training flowing into me, Naruto said. Very well, you have a couple of hours to make as many as you consider necessary for about a month. I want to send your team on a mission. It's A rank and it will be used to clear the requirements for Jonin exam, Tsunade said as Naruto vanished in a flash of golden and dark light. Sometime later, Naruto created 5 of the blood clone. 2 of them are going to be active while the other 3 are going to rest until they were needed. As Naruto, Eva and Haku arrive at Tsunade's office, only to be greeted by Kakashi and the 2 remaining members of Team 7. As Sakura was removed from the ninja ranks and she had her chakra sealed away. We're here, said Naruto. Why are they here as well? He asked. Well, said Kakashi, I demand to go on this mission, Sasuke interrupted. Oh, I see, said Naruto, as he looked at Tsunade, who was slowly extending her hand towards Sasuke's throat. But she placed her hand on the table and gritted her teeth. Yes, she said. As Naruto sighed, he then activated his Mangekyou and grabbed Sasuke by the shirt. Do you enjoy being put in under the Tsukuyomi? Naruto asked. No, no, Sasuke whispered, as he was trembling, as he remembered the last time it happened. Then get out of my sight. As Naruto threw him through the window. Inuzaka, go see if he's in one piece, and then start doing D-rank missions now, Naruto said, as Kiba and his dog left immediately. Well, now that they're gone, I can tell you, you are to guard Koyuki Fujikage while she is filming another Princess Gale movie. They will be filming a large part of the movie in the Land of Snow, and the place is still on high alert because of the last assassination, with the previous Snow Daimyo and his brother taking over. Kakashi will be in charge. He has been there before and is familiar with the territory. You three are here because of your ice affinity, which will be strengthened by the environment there. As Tsunade tossed the mission scroll to Kakashi. Time skip, 3 days later. Will Kakashi get here yet? How longer do we have to wait for the client? Haku muttered. I bet he has no idea where she actually is. I bet he suggests that we watch a movie so he can take his sweet time, said Eva. As Naruto turned, they're coming. They're not ninjas, but they're moving rather fast, Eva said, as she and Haku sensed them as well. About a minute later, the person that they were to protect went past them on a white horse, while a dozen armored people followed behind her on horse as well. After exchanging a glance with the girls, Naruto shrugged. Allow me, I want to try something. As he channeled chakra down to his stomach. Soon, chakra chains burst from his stomach and tied around the pursuers that were chasing after Koyuki as a weak electric current. A few minutes later, Kakashi arrived to see Naruto, Eva and Haku playing poker while the man that they captured were gagged and looking at them. What are you doing? Kakashi asked. Winning, said Naruto. Full house. As Haku and Eva groaned. This person is the one who hired us, said Kakashi as he freed the man and helped him up. We knew that. We did this just to get you in trouble for payback for making us wait, said Naruto as he collected his winnings. Forget that. We must find Koyuki. The ship leaves tonight. My name is Sandeya Osama. I am the one who requested this mission, the man said, introducing himself. No worries, I'm just a blood clone. The original is keeping an eye on her. Let me give him a message, Naruto said, as he then made a shadow clone and dispelled him. A few seconds later he turned. They're near the harbor. Apparently, she's at a bar trying to drown herself in sake. Follow me, he said, as he walked away as a man followed behind him. Meanwhile, Koyuki was at her third bottle of sake, but she was glad to have someone to drink with though, a nice, blonde young man. You know, you didn't tell me why you're so determined to get drunk, Naruto said as he finished his fourth bottle of sake. Just pissed off, said Koyuki. Damn director want to film in Snow Country, and I don't want to. Been there before? Naruto asked, as he didn't know much about her past, except that she was an actress. Yeah, grew up there, said Koyuki, as the doors then burst open and Sandeya, bursting with Kakashi, Eva and Haku. Koyuki, said Sandeya. We must hurry, the boat leaves soon. I am not going there. Get someone to replace me, said Koyuki as she waved him off. That's impossible. Only you can play the princess, Sandeya insisted. Before Koyuki could argue, she was surrounded by a thin mist as she quickly fell asleep as Naruto caught her before her head could hit the counter. Let's go, she won't wake for at least 10 hours. Naruto said as the others nodded, but Sandeya grimaced as he knew what her reaction would be. Sure enough, the next morning on sea. What? Koyuki screamed as Naruto covered his ears. Still, despite all of her complaints, by 9 o'clock she was in her clothes, dressed, in front of the camera. Well, she's good, said Eva as she watched Koyuki, pleading for one of her injured comrades to live. Yeah, I guess this is her mask, said Naruto. I cannot really blame her. I know what it's like to lose everything, said Haku. The previous night, Naruto found out why exactly Sandia was so interesting for Koyuki to go to the land of snow. Therefore, Naruto found out that Sandia wasn't from Iron Country like he claimed. He was actually from the Snow Country, as he has found out that his main occupation was not being Koyuki's personal assistant, but he was a leader of a samurai group who was opposing Dodo Kazahana, the current daimyo, and Koyuki, traitorous uncle. As Naruto smacked Kakashi in the back of the head for not recognizing her, as he was the one who took her from the Snow Country before Dodo could capture her. The ninjas has decided to keep quiet about it unless it was required. Alright, time out, said Koyuki. What now? The director asked. Sandia, I need my tears, said Koyuki, as he walked over and gave her the eye drops as everyone's sweat dropped. All except for Naruto, who knew what it was like to be unable to shed any tears. True, thanks to the Kyuubi's friendship, he managed to get over it over the past few years and the others, but he didn't forgotten what it was like. Time skip, a few days later, just before they were to arrive to the land of snow, they came across a huge ice formation that looked like an actual land, and the director decided to film a few scenes there. Damn, said Koyuki, it's cold, and I cannot even put something warm on. She then glanced at the ninja, Eva, who was wearing the lace. Aren't you people cold? She asked. No, me and Haku are ice users, so if anything, we like the cold. What about you? Koyuki asked as she turned to Naruto. Well, I'm an ice user as well, but I use other elements, so I don't like the cold as much as they do. As he then pulled out a small tag. Here, apply this to your skin, it will warm you up. Koyuki looked at it, as she then shrugged as she placed it on her arm, as the air around her then became warm as a smile came on her face. As Naruto watched her as she walked away with a small smile, she was kind of pissed at him at first for putting her to sleep, but she's not so pissed anymore, and she's always cursing at everyone, but Naruto could tell it was her way of hiding her true pain. As Naruto's eyes then looked up, as he walked over to Kakashi and the others, we have 3 ninjas hidden up there. Most likely they want Koyuki. They're not powerful, but they're around mid Chunin to low Jonin. We could strike first, but we need confirmation on your suspicion. If they were hired to stop the film, then we would have to go back. But if they want the princess, Kakashi muttered, we deal with them and send Dodo a message, said Eva with a smirk. I just hope Sandia doesn't do anything stupid, Haku frowned. That's one reason we need to keep an eye on him. I know he wants the princess to inspire the people, but they're going to need a lot more if they want to beat Dodo, seeing that he has ninjas working under him, said Naruto. Soon enough, as the filming began, there was explosions. As Naruto and his group turned to see 3 figures. Welcome back to Snow Country, Princess Koyuki. I hope you brought the crystal with you. The leader of the group said. The other was a pink-haired woman that Naruto instantly felt like killing because of her similarity with Sakura and the hulk of a man with a mechanical arm. Neidari, Raga, Kakashi said. Ah, Kakashi, aren't you going to run away again? Asked Neidari. He's mine, said Kakashi. Eva and Haku and Naruto then looked at each other for a moment, as they started to play rock paper scissors to decide who gets to fight. It ended with Eva fighting the guy with the mechanical arm and Haku fighting the girl, with Naruto guarding Koyuki as he was still in shock. How could he have lost? As Fubiki tried to attack Haku with her ice style, but Haku was far more advanced than her, and she was no match for Haku. On the other hand, Eva was really bored, as her opponent just ride around on a snowboard around her and tried to hit her with his mechanical arm. She had noticed that he was wearing chakra armor, when her ice arrows were deflected easily. But she had lost her temper as the guy tried to get around her and aim for Koyuki like she wasn't even there, as she made a blade out of chakra and cut his arm right off. As she then continued to blast him with high energy attacks, destroying the chakra armor. Kakashi was the only one having a bit of trouble, as Neidari was stronger than the other 2. As the both of them used a whale jutsu, 2 giant whales came from the ocean and smacked into each other, unstable in the iceberg. as Kakashi looked down to see that the other two was captured, as he and the others went back to the boat. Some time later, so said Naruto as he glanced between Sandeya and Princess Koyuki after Sandeya explained the whole story. You know, said Eva, as she was talking to Naruto telepathically, me, Asuna, and Konoha and Tsunade are princesses as well. Yeah, but I can't tell them that, said Naruto. Well, now that you know how dangerous it is, we should leave, said Koyuki. A princess playing a princess. This will be a movie to remember, said the director. You mean you still want to continue? Sandeya asked, as Koyuki looked in disbelief. Of course, said the director. Do you want Dodo to kill you? Koyuki asked. You saw how strong. But Naruto cut her off. They were pathetic. They barely have any skills at all. They depend too much on those armors. But you didn't do a thing, said Koyuki. I didn't have to, said Naruto. But they got away, Koyuki pointed out. We wanted to send a message to Dodo, said Kakashi. Well, you need to call for reinforcements, said the director. Well, if it was my regular genin squad I would have, but considering that Haku is high chunin bordering on low genin, and both Naruto and Eva are Takabitsu jonin, and the only reason they are Takabitsu jonin because it wouldn't seem fair to bump them from genin straight up to elite jonin, said Kakashi. You forgot to mention that we can level a small country if we're pissed off enough, Eva said. That too, said Kakashi. You're kidding, right? If they're that powerful, why are they stuck on bodyguard duty? Koyuki asked in disbelief. We need a certain number of A rank and B rank missions before we can get promoted to full jonin and allowed to do S rank missions on a usual basis, Naruto said. Things are looking up, said Sandeya. Fine, but don't expect me to do anything but my job as an actress. Once we're done filming, I'm out of there, said Koyuki. But princess, what about your people? They need your guidance, and as Sandeya began, but he was cut off by Koyuki. I don't even want to hear about it. My tears have dried, and my heart has frozen since that night all those years ago. There is no hope in that country of eternal coal. No spring, Koyuki said, as she stormed out of the room. Well, I don't think you can achieve any more right now. Give her some time, she just got attacked, Kakashi said, as he looked at Sandeya. True, but the people need her. If they had more hope, Sandeya said, but he was cut off by Naruto before he could finish. Don't even think about what you're going to say, said Naruto. Do you think that if you gave them a little bit of hope, they can face someone like Dodo? If you think that, then you're just looking for a massacre. Naruto, Kakashi began. Don't, Kakashi, said Naruto. They're not ninja. They're not the powerful samurai from iron. No, they're the desperate people of the snow. Many of them as old as Sarutobi. Giving hope to the unprepared is like telling someone to jump off a cliff and knowing that they won't survive. If you suddenly tell them to fight now when Dodo is gathering his forces to capture Koyuki, all you would do is lead them to their death. But what can we do, said Sandeya. Nothing. As long as Dodo is ordering the snow ninjas, you can do nothing against him, said Naruto. However, if Dodo suddenly died, problem solved. Still, you would need a leader to replace Dodo, one with a good reputation as well, or it will create other problems, said Kakashi. The princess would be the best choice, but, said Sandeya as he frowned. Give her some time. You can't expect her to show up and fix a problem that a whole country couldn't have. You're asking too much too quickly, said Naruto, as he then left the room. As he walked around the deck, he saw Koyuki as she was leaning against the wall, looking out at the water. You know, for someone who doesn't want to go there, you're looking that way quite a lot, he said. As he came up beside her, I don't want to go back there, she said. But Naruto cut her off. I'm not going to force you to fight Dodo. I'm not going to ask you to lead the rebels. I'm not going to ask you to lead the snow. And yet, you want me to go back there, said Koyuki. That's because I understand how you must feel, Naruto said. What the hell do you... But Naruto cut her off again. I know what it's like to lose a parent and for a relative to betray you. I lost both of my parents the same day I was born, my father doing something, as he sacrificed his life to do that thing, and that something make most of Konoha hate me. I've been mistreated and even attacked, so I know what it's like. I know what it's like to go to a place that brings you so much pain. And the only reason you don't leave is because you will be labeled a missing nin, Koyuki said. Not really, said Naruto as he chuckled. The thing is, I could simply retire as a Konoha ninja and then leave without a problem. Most ninja who were caught going rogue are usually caught doing treason or something stupid. Then why do you stay? Asked Koyuki. Not all memories are bad, you know, said Naruto with a smile, as he closed his eyes. Despite all the things that can make me burn into the ground, and believe me, I can. There are also some things that are worth it. Like my friends, Naruto said as he opened his eyes with a smile. Besides, what would my parents think if I abandoned the village they gave their life to protect? To be honest, I was protecting you, not the village, and I would like to burn into the ground myself after what they've done to you, Kushina said. I know that, but she doesn't need to know that right now, Naruto said. Happy memories, huh? Koyuki thought. As Naruto allowed her a few minutes of silence before he spoke again. Earlier, you said that your tears have dried out, Naruto said as he escorted her to the room. That's right, since that night I have never cried, no matter how tragic something is. Koyuki said as she opened the door to her room. There is more to tears than sadness, said Naruto. Such as, Koyuki asked. Such as happiness. Or, said Naruto. As he went behind her as he started to tickle her side. Laughter. Hey, stop that, she said, as she started to giggle. As Naruto finally stopped, she collapsed on the bed, with a few giggles coming out of her mouth. Oh, what is this, said Naruto, as he wiped some of her tears with a napkin that he created. Tears? Koyuki, you naughty girl. You shouldn't tell a lie, Naruto said. You cheated, she said. Maybe, Naruto said, but I'm a ninja, and that is what us sneaky bastards do. Is that so, said Koyuki, as she raised her eyebrow and then smirked. Then you should expect this, as she launched at him and started to tickle him. Soon enough, the both of them are rolling on the floor, tickling each other and laughing out loud. Eventually they stop out of breath as they gaze at the ceiling. Naruto, Koyuki said after catching her breath. Thanks for cheering me up. You're welcome. Besides, I couldn't forgive myself for letting such a beautiful girl like you be sad all the time, Naruto said with a chuckle. Careful now, from what I heard you already have a girlfriend, Koyuki said. Actually, I have more than one girlfriend, Naruto confessed. You mean you're a two-timer? Koyuki asked, as she raised her eyebrow. Oh no, they all know about each other, said Naruto. What? She said. Well, said Naruto as he scratched the back of his head. How many girlfriends do you have? Koyuki asked. 6. Answer me, Naruto-kun, she said. Wait, she called me kun? Naruto thought. As he then turned and looked at Koyuki. Well, there's a dozen or so. Koyuki stared at him, as she didn't know what to say. As a thought then came to her mind, as she blurted out, Wow, you must be some kind of god in bed for so many girls to come after you. I don't know about that. I never actually, said Naruto as he blushed. Oh, is that so, she said, as she placed her hand on his chest and reached down until it reached down into his pants. As she then stopped, as her face turned red. Is this a third leg? She thought. Koyuki, we shouldn't. At least not here and now, Naruto said. As she looked at him, as she removed her hand. Sorry, I got carried away. At any rate, thanks for cheering me up. Anytime, Koyuki, anytime, said Naruto with a smile. A few days later, the ship reached the harbor of the Snow Country, as they needed to reach a nearby town before they could get anything done. But then the problem appeared. The ice started to melt, revealing a railway track. All of them ninjas and Sandia immediately determined that there was chakra coursing through them. Dodo seemed to have brought out one of the old trains, said Sandia. He's heading this way. I must inform my comrades too. But he was silenced by Naruto. You fool, you don't even know how many troops Dodo have, and you want to put your comrades in danger. What's the plan, Kakashi? Asked Haku. The filming crew and the others should stay hidden behind that hill. Naruto, make a blood clone of Koyuki and one of Sandia and keep them around with us. Make sure to mask the chakra though, Kakashi said. Done, said Naruto. As, a few seconds later, a clone of Koyuki and Sandeya was there. Naruto, be ready to use some high-level jutsu if they throw anything too dangerous in the direction of the filming crew. Koyuki, you should head back to the others, Naruto said. Okay, be careful Naruto, she said, as she headed for cover with Sandeya. Less than 10 minutes later, a train came up on the track as it stopped, a few meters away from the Konoha ninjas. It's been quite a few years, Koyuki. You have grown quite beautiful, said Dodo. Yes, but scum like you don't deserve to see her beauty, Naruto said, as he stood in front of the blood clone. So you're the Konoha ninjas that have been annoying my troops. Let's see how much you are willing to sacrifice to fulfill your mission. At his signals, the walls that were on the train were open, as a great portion of small holes were in there. Now, said Dodo, as kunais fly out of it. Kakashi quickly ran through hand sign as he released a blast of wind that blew away about 2 wagons worth of kunai. As Naruto speed through hand sign, wind style, wind wall, he said, as he used a wind attack and blew away about 3 wagon worth of kunai. As both Eva and Haku blasted with cold wind that was similar to ice, knocking away all the kunais. Everyone okay? Naruto asked as he looked at the filming crew. Yeah, everyone's fine. Watch out, said the director as a chain grabbed on to the blood clone of Koyuki and started to lift her up. Try to act convincing, said Kakashi as he threw a few kunais and shurikens that missed the chain. As the blood clone was taken away with the blimp. A few minutes later, I just received a memory from the shadow clone that the blood clone made. Apparently Dodo wants a crystal that Koyuki wears, but he realized it was a fake as he threw it through the window. Good thing he didn't smash it. It would have turned back to blood and they would have realized that it was only a blood clone with them. Well, tell your clone to send a message after it reached Dodo's hideout and we'll end this, said Kakashi as Naruto cracked his knuckle. Yeah, we will, he said. But guys, let me end this episode right here. If you want to see the next part of this series, you know what to do. Like, subscribe, comment down below and turn that bell notification to stay posted. Remember to share to all of your friends in your social media platform. And also, stay in tune for the rest of the what is coming today, and I hope you guys enjoy each and every episode. And remember, if you're new, to go ahead and click that red subscribe button and become a part of the Animaking family. And thank you for all of your help and your support, guys. But without further ado, I'm off for now. Peace.